We interrupt your irregularly scheduled feed of the Hammervine Project for this breaking story. Martin has the details.
Thanks, Pascal. What?
Pascal. Pascal in the newsroom, he's always helping us out.
He's always giving us the best tidbits, that guy. Anyway, over to Frank with some important news that's come across the table.
Yes, as has been mentioned in some of our other episodes, I have been and visited Bluey's World in Queensland. So this episode is going to be all about that. If you are planning to go there, I think it's running till the middle of 2025, possibly extended more, I think, depending on the popularity, which based on what I saw, it's going to be around for a little while. But essentially what I'm saying is if you don't want to be spoiled, I'm going to talk about it in depth about what we saw.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
alert. Big red flashing lights, all that stuff. If you don't want to hear about it, turn this one off and wait patiently for our next episode. So yeah, Bluey's World in Brisbane.
It was good. Episode done.
It was good.
No. And that's a wrap.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, essentially it was, to use an Adelaide sort of colloquialism, it felt like we were going to Port Adelaide at one point, just in terms it was in a very industrial area.
Okay.
I'm like, is this right? But sure enough, there's a lot of signposts along
come
the
in
way.
this door.
Yeah, right. It felt a bit weird. But part of that is because it's right on the along the river. So that there was some promos around the city cats, as they called them. So they're the water taxis that essentially take you from one side of the Brisbane River to the other. And there was two that they'd done up in, one in Bluey colours, one in Bingo colours. And it was
nice.
It's a lottery, right? It's like trying to catch a taxi just on the water. Yeah. You might get the blue one. Chances are you might not. And so if you're fortunate enough, you can get one that then takes you directly to the entrance
and
to Bluey's
they
World.
were the city dogs. For the
city cats is what they're called regularly, but
so
for these
for the old cats and dogs, very clever.
Yeah.
Cats are raining.
Get
cats
yourself
and
a
dogs.
dog-a-log.
Yeah, dog log out there.
But it's this huge thing. It basically, you know, the sort of scale when you see a Bunnings and you almost can't comprehend.
A what? Sorry.
A hammer.
Damn
it. And how big some of these buildings are. It's like that, but it's just got, you know, all the Bluey sort of like artwork and stuff on there. And you're just looking, Jack was looking at this picture of this giant picture of Bluey that was just so massive in scale. You can see his eyes just go, what am I looking at here? This is hard to comprehend. Anyway, before we even get in the door, you do the thing and you go, do you know what? This, according to all the literature, this is going to take us about an hour to go through. Let's go to the toilet first of all. I will say, non-gendered toilets.
Yes.
Right? And you sort of sit there and go, this is perfect because, you know, you're going to get a lot of kids going through this place. Parents need to go, make sure that the kids go before they go. And parents can just go in. There's none of this, dad can't take you in there because that's the girl.
Yeah.
And Ali and I just looked at each other going, we haven't even got there, and the highlight is the toilets. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
this is what like going with my alley anywhere is.
Yeah.
Because she's a very vocal stand-up person for non-gender specific toilets.
Yeah. And to be fair, they actually even had speakers in there that piped in Bluey music into, and everything was sort of done in the sort of pastel sort of colours.
Sorry, toilets. Go on.
Hey, there it is. And as far as I could tell, it was an original song, but it just felt like it wasn't from an episode that I recognized. And Jack, even at one point, you know, he was washing his hands and he goes, that sounds like Bluey. And I'm like, if the 5-year-old can pick that up, that's amazing, right? So props to whoever, you know, designed that music.
Got that sound.
It's really, really well done. So basically what it is you line up this thing and you're essentially looking at the front of Bluey's house. Like it looks spot on. They've got these little garden areas. They've got this white picket fence that sort of, you know, directs you where to go. And it's classed as what I would say is a guided experience.
Right.
So you've got these little character actors who walk you through the whole thing. Now, it's not a one-to-one recreation of the house. for the people who like have designed Bluey's house in 3D, and here's where the living room connects to this. It's not that,
Right.
right? But there are so many rooms
Because that's impossible.
yes, physics.
That's too fluid.
But you line up at the start, and they sort of you get an opportunity to everyone who sort of files in gets an opportunity to take a photo out the front of the house. They have like a camera set up and stuff. Really, really cool. Everyone gets given I don't have them in front of me, unfortunately, but a little set of Bluey, Bingo, Bandit, or Chili ears. You basically get to pick when you go in, like the little things, the little headband that goes over your head, and you get the little dog ears, and you get to choose. So, Jack naturally picks Bluey, Ali picks Chili, and I just sort of looked at the guy. I was like, well, I kind of have to go Bandit, right? And he's like, yeah, most dads do.
And most dads do.
Yeah, and you just wear them the whole time.
They'd see me and they go, you've got uncle energy. Here's Rads.
And you get split into two groups, and while you're sort of waiting, they sort of the groups are about sort of 20-ish people.
Yeah.
And while you're waiting, these character actors dressed as the fairies, so the little pixel fairies that's in help me out. What episode is that?
Fairies?
Fairies, yeah, that one. Bingo.
Yes.
They sort of come out and they're hyping the kids up. Oh, are you excited? And the two groups go in at the same time. One goes left and one goes right. And from what I can gather, there's parts of it that are obviously cloned, one on each side.
Yeah.
But the very first place you get to is the famous living room with the TV and the couch and the little plants in the corner, and you're just sitting there going, "This is amazing!" Like you're instantly in that world. From a tech perspective, there are speakers hidden everywhere, like even just on like little wall panels and stuff. You go, all right, that's where the sound is coming from. A lot of it is sort of open roof. Because that's what houses a lot of like the projection and the lighting and that sort of stuff. And basically these characters have scripts to get through.
Yeah.
But they're obviously interacting with the kids. The kids are asking, "Where's Bluey? Where's Bingo?" And they're really good at interacting with it. And they have these like sort of audio cues to go, "Oh, now it's time to move into this area," or that door over there that was sitting locked.
Sounds
now
pretty profesh.
Oh man, it's amazing. And these character
we
actors
expect nothing less.
These character actors do not break. There was a couple of times I tried to get them to break. You do that thing like when you go visit Santa at the mall.
I'm in on the joke.
Nah, really, really good.
Unflappable.
Straight away, basically what you get presented with is an original story where you essentially, Bluey and Bingo are frozen and we need to rescue them. That's why Bluey and Bingo are not there to greet you. You get voiceovers from different characters at different times. You start off with the fairies, and then you end up transitioning through the use of magic, the gnomes come to life.
Brilliant.
Right? And they're the character actors that walk. And so to them,
that's great.
Yeah.
These are great. These are great characters to use because they're not super specific, but they're part of the universe.
Yeah, and then because
they're kind of mystical. That's awesome.
Because they've been brought to life, everything's new to them.
Yeah,
so they're almost like born yesterday sort of type stuff. What's that over there? Oh, maybe if we walk over here. Just in terms of some of the rooms you see, you get to see the living room. Obviously, you end up in the girl's bedroom at one point, which was hilarious because, no sooner does the door open and the kids know exactly where they're going.
Right.
And I've just seen Jack run and he's just dove onto Bluey's bed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I so badly want to get a photo of this, but once you're inside, it's no footage.
No, fair.
Right. And you sort of go, I get that, but
you've got that memory forever.
Oh,
frankly.
just him seeing that, and he's just rolling on the bed, and he's just looking so happy. I was like, that is just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
You get to visit the blanket fort.
Oh boy,
the cubby,
from with Kim Jim and all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
That's kind of cool. That felt like a bit more of an interactive thing where there was like panels or windows that you're looking through, and one that just looked like it had a stationary image, and you press this red button, and then you get a bandit sort of crawling past. He goes, "Where's that dunny?" That sort of thing. You get to visit the creek, which is just that's the real sort of quiet. Is
it beautiful?
Yes, the creek is beautiful. We get to visit sort of outside. You get the big tree.
Yeah.
There's like a rug island off to the side,
Oh,
which
man.
is just like sung to me. There's one part where you basically you're outside, and it's like a star room set up, and this is like the quiet part of it where
Yeah.
they get all the kids to lie down and let's look at the stars. And there's images that come up on the ceiling. The kitchen is amazing because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen in some of the promo images, but there's a pavlova where the kids can put all the pieces, all the fruit on the pavlova. It's
That's
all
the stuff.
made with wood and plastic and
Yeah.
stuff. Which of course the kitchen leads into the playroom, so you can see the kiwi rug and all these sorts of things.
Whatever.
And then
absolute mess.
Yeah. And then sure enough, at some point there is the dance room, which is just basically like like those film clips from the 90s would have you believe, where everything's just a giant square of color. Chattermax shows up.
Nice.
There's projection that's literally
Amazing.
360,
Oh,
goes
awesome.
on all the walls and stuff.
Amazing.
So good. Yeah. I think you mentioned in our last recording, but old mate Unicorse shows up. In fact, Unicorse is
Nice.
arguably the villain of the piece because he's responsible for freezing Bluey and Bingo.
Guilty.
And I think it's in the kid's bedroom, and the kids are sort of interacting with the character actor, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to explore because this is just for me, all the little details. There's a long dog in every room. P.S.
Of course.
So Ali and I, the first thing
Did you not find one and then refuse to move on?
Well, yeah. Well, there was. I didn't see it in the first. I think I found it in the. Oh no, it was Ali who pointed it out to me in the first room, and she goes, "There's a long dog over there," and I'm like, I was already
This is my
invested,
focal
but
point.
now I'm super
Amazing.
invested, right? Like this is amazing. But there's one point we're in the girls' bedroom, and there's like a cupboard that would have their clothes, whatever, and I went, "That looks like you can open that." I tried it. No, it's locked. And it's a good thing it was locked because from what I could gather, the person who was Unicorse was inside that cupboard and Unicorse appeared at the top of the cupboard there. And then once they'd done their little lines, the cupboard opens and you actually walk through that into the next area. So again, it defies physics in a lot of ways. But yeah, and of course the whole thing leads you to Bluey and Bingo at the end, who are the sort of people in costumes you've probably seen a lot of. I'm not costumes. I mean, they're real people. Bluey and
of
Bingo are
course.
absolutely real.
Yeah.
And you get a photo op with them and stuff. Then you go out into basically a cafe or playground type area.
Mhm.
And there were so many details in there that I really want to come back to that you guys would appreciate. But going back to the kitchen for a second, the kitchen was probably my favorite. There's a pavlova on the bench. The fridge, while you can't open it, it's one of those ones that's got a window on it, and you can see the
Vegemite?
No, the conglomeration meal that they make for, I think it's romance. Where Bingo gets
Fancy
like jelly
restaurant.
and she's fancy restaurant.
Right.
You can see that in there. You can open the dishwasher and there's the dog commemorative plates of like the doggy Princess Diana and Charles plate in the dishwasher.
Oh man, from
You're like,
Doreen's garage sale. Yeah.
So good. There's photos on the wall like you would see in the actual episode. So that's what you can see. There's the army one that you see in the show.
Oh man.
All those little details. The detail that sort of got me was outside. There's, they have a keepy uppy balloon that the kids are all, bashing around and
Keep it off
stuff.
the grass.
And then just off to this, there's the nail salon where you see like little stumps and stump fest. But the one that got me, there's just this one little blue deck chair that's just sitting there just on its own. I'm like, it's Bingo's relaxing chair. This is and no one's paying any attention to it. I'm like, if I was smaller, I'd want to sit in it.
Yeah.
Just to say, I'm sitting in my relaxing chair. Absolutely amazing. The stuff at the end where you get Alfie's gift shop and it's got a big motif of Alfie on it. So there's the cafe, as in from the episode Cafe. Right. So, with Fido.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not sort of represented, but like that's what it's trying to be.
Okay.
And then, of course, the piece de resistance is the golden circle takeaway. I've literally got a photo because in this part you can take photos and it looks just like the episode. And you're like, this is so good. But even all the food and stuff in there is in Bluey like themed packaging. All the coffees It doesn't say coffee written on it. It's got the pastel
Oh,
bluey
man,
color, and it
that's
just goes,
awesome.
I just need 20 minutes.
Amazing.
There's stuff like that. They had spring rolls. It just says, your dad and spring rolls. Like,
Wow.
Little mini pizzas, pizza girls.
Yeah,
I had like a
right.
pizza girls sort of like logo
Oh,
and stuff
man.
on there. You're just like, this
That's
is
the
blowing
stuff.
my mind.
Oh, that's the
stuff. Yeah, so good. But because we were there and we were on holidays, we spent a bit of money. So I now have myself
Okay.
my own long dog.
Oh, say
That's
what? Pass it
awesome.
around.
So that's a little, it's
Oh,
a
the color scheme is beautiful.
plushy
That's
little
good.
long
It's
dog.
pastel blue and pink.
So he's
and
about, what do you reckon, 20, 25 centimeters
Yeah.
long. And he's got all the colours.
Size of a-
little
si-
sleepy eyes.
Size of a snag and bread you'd get from Hammer Bun.
Yeah. I don't want to associate those things. Oh.
We did. I know Marty knows this, but we also got the. They had a 500-piece puzzle
Yep.
that is basically just a blue background with every single character of Bluey on it, and I do mean every single one. Brendan, you are on
Yeah.
there.
You
You are on this puzzle. All the little bugs, all the everything. Really, really
Did
cool.
anybody send you a picture?
I can go you one better because this Brendan.
Oh, what?
Is for you. Handed him a rolled up piece of paper, which if he was to unfurl,
Can I- may
go for
I?
it. Go for it.
I don't. Okay.
So under Ali's instructions, this is to be mounted and displayed in the post office.
Oh. You don't have to request twice. Wowee, my man. Every character.
There's like the little bugs on there.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's got the like Potteroo from the. You know,
got baby versions
you
of
guys didn't
everyone.
have to. Oh,
it's got the future dogs.
And
there.
there you are.
There's Deborah Malman,
Brendan.
and who's that next to her?
Who's that handsome devil?
Oh, well, hang
who's
on.
that
I know this is a
guy?
podcast, but I'm going to give a hug right now. Thanks, my man.
They're hugging. It's
It's
very
weird.
And
It's
it's
very lovely.
And Ali, I owe you a massive hug. Wow, I know just the person to mount that. Actually, I've got a guy. I've got a frame guy.
No frame guy.
He's done a couple of Paul Kelly pictures for me. So
Right.
Oh, there you go.
this is
There you
going
go.
straight to
To
the
the pool
pool
room.
post office. Oh, wowee. Oh, that's amazing.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Yeah.
please do go on. Please do go on. I can't.
Because we did the puzzle together
Yeah.
Yeah.
version of that, which
Yeah.
was a fun thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I hope we didn't rain too much on Ali's.
Oh no, we've redone it about 3 times.
Yeah,
since,
okay.
Because
good,
it was
good.
all
I
just
thought
like,
so because we
yeah.
all did it together. It was so much fun to
yeah.
do.
Wow.
Because you're like,
'Cause
I've
it's
got a piece of
very
Rusty. Who's got
recognisable.
Rusty's family?
Yeah, wow. Ah,
And
fantastic.
then I spent forever looking at the box, just looking at all the little details that are in there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
have a nice long look at that poster. Just
Yeah,
enjoy
there's so
all
much
the little
stuff.
bits.
Also, I mentioned that there was the 2 guides were the gnomes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah?
couldn't go past
without
a couple of the gnomes.
husbands.
So here you are, Brendan.
Oh,
And
what?
for Marty.
Really? Oh, thank you.
This guy. Oh, he's got a shovel as well.
Dig, dig, dig.
Oh,
this-
dig, dig, dig.
Wait, is this
So one's Hecuba and the other one's
is this
Jeremy.
Hecuba?
Jeremy, no.
is this Hecuba that's been sticky taped
Is
back
it?
together because he's broken?
Yeah. Now, who gets broken? Is it Jeremy? Who
I thought it
gets
was
broken?
Jeremy that gets broken. And you've got
Jeremy.
Hecuba there.
And who? Because who?
Because Hecuba's
Because
he's,
when-
No,
he's
let me
the
have
new,
a look on the label.
he's the
see
new
if it
husband,
says
isn't he?
something.
Yeah,
No, it's Gerald. There's a Gerald.
There's a Gerald, a Jeremy. Who gets? Because they get stuck together back in the sign, is it? Or watch this space.
What's her name? Frisky knocks one over in the sign.
That's right.
Yeah,
Poor
yeah.
Jeremy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
that's it.
Jeremy.
yeah, yeah. 'cause-
So
but I
I
think
have to
this is
figure out what
Hecuba.
colours the ones
Yes,
are.
I'm pretty
They're
sure yours
definitely
is
Because he's
And
doing
some
yard
of them
work.
don't
Yeah.
have a shovel.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
he has
Okay.
a
He
shovel.
has a shovel. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So there you go. So a little,
Oh, thank you, Frank.
Thank you,
and Ali as
Frank.
well. I know you're listening. Thank you very much, Alan.
it was one of those, you got like a discount for getting like the pair together.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
okay.
I know who these
I
are
know,
going to.
I know a pair.
And there was discussions around who should get which one. Trust
Yeah,
me.
fair enough. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I used to be called Farmer B, so I.
That's true. Farmer
The
B.
shovel makes
Ooh.
sense.
I have not heard that nickname
Yeah,
in
right.
the longest time.
Luke Gantley still calls me Farmer from time to time. I love it.
Wonderful.
Nora's going to lose her mind.
But yeah, so if you can get along to go see it, highly recommend. I mean, it was okay.
After all that,
It was,
it's like,
yeah.
yeah, it's all right.
It was, yeah,
It's okay.
it was a 3 out of
But,
5.
oh my goodness!
Yeah.
All the things.
And
Yeah.
presents as
So
well.
good.
It really helps to alleviate my seething envy. That sounds amazing, man.
Yeah, that sounds like that
I'm
sounds like good fun.
positively blue with envy. See what I did?
There it is.
Usually it's green, but I
Yeah.
very cleverly did the
Yeah.
old Texas swap.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's that.
because the show's called Bluey.
That too. Yeah,
That makes sense. In the one last sort of anecdote, in the sort of open area at the end where there's a cafe and a playground and stuff,
Mm.
there are some sort of statues of sort of bandit
Characters,
and
yep.
you can you can jump in the car with Rita or
amazing.
Janet.
and Janet.
Yeah.
There's Bandit pulling the red wagon, so the kids
yeah.
can sit in the red
Yeah,
wagon, that sort
nice.
of thing. And Ali was like, "Oh, I need a photo of me in the car with Rita."
Yep.
And so she's in there. Now, of course, there's people everywhere,
Yeah.
right? Jack was somewhere else at this point. He got a photo and then he ran off. And then Ali got this photo, and I've shown it to a few people, and they just go, "Oh, who's that?" And it's like, "Don't know, just some random blonde kid who just sort of stuck." And it's actually a really nice photo of both of them. Only I don't know who this other blonde kid is. But she's
amazing.
just like smiling beautifully on the
That's
side. I
the
was like,
spirit.
and I took
Someone's
it,
got a camera. You smile.
yeah,
It's it. There you go. You're in the photo.
yeah.
But yeah, that's,
We're all friends under the Bluey banner.
that's really it, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's good fun. Like you can, as the parent going through that, you can be as interactive or as sort of standoffish as you like. And so,
Wow, that's cool.
in the part where there was like the dance sequence, which is just to get the kids to burn off energy. I think I was about the only parent dancing, and I didn't really care.
Yeah.
And even there's a bit where they get you to lie down and you look at the stars, and that bit's really beautiful because it comes sort of in that midway point to just sort of bring everything back down a bit. And they have projection on the roof where it's like all the real soulful and meaningful, the heartfelt moments from
Yeah.
the show just sort of all appear like memories. And of course they end it with like
Stop
baby
it.
race
That's
and stuff. And
amazing.
I was almost brought to tears.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
like,
man.
you bastards. Like, I'm sitting there going, yeah, remember that episode? I was like, oh no, they haven't shown baby race yet. They have. Oh, they made it the last one. You buggers.
There's no
Like,
way I'm getting
oh.
out of that place hydrated. No way.
Yeah, and like all the other parents were sitting on the side. They had like a bench sort of thing,
Yeah.
and I was the only parent just lying in the middle of the room with Jack, just going, "This is amazing." Like
Potentially also the only parent who's part of a Bluey podcast. Just
Probably.
highlighting that. as
That's
well.
Probably.
potential as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
But yeah, can recommend. Go get along, and yeah, it is a wonderful dad. Didn't see the rest of Brisbane. Didn't care because after that it rained an awful lot.
Didn't see the rest of Brisbane. Saw the best of Brisbane.
Well,
Nothing
thank you.
against Brisbane. I've never been there. I'm sure it's lovely.
Well, thank you for that match recap there, Frank. So we're going to move on to the human interest story. Oh, look, kittens. Oh, they got them out of a drain.
Oh, thank
Oh.
goodness.
There's a squirrel.
Takes all
there's a
kinds.
squirrel on water skis. Aw.
Catch you next time, everyone.
Thanks for that, Martin. Now back to Snickers with the traffic report.